Mossy's in a remote part of Wales. Looks like he's ready to do some off-roading. Let's ask him what he's up to.
Doing a bit of multitasking today. We're testing Bridgestone's new E50 street legal enduro tyre and also assessing it at the Mick Extance Experience, based in Wales. It's a great venue. It'll give us a chance to really assess the tyre. And cleverly, Bridgestone have also equipped all the bikes we're riding, KTM's 250 EXC, with the version of the tyre that the E50 replaces, the Bridgestone Gritty. So we'll jump from one bike to the other and just be able to tell if there's any difference. They're making massive claims, but manufacturers do that. Let's see. Let's see if they're telling porkies or the truth.
Initial impressions of the tyres were good. The terrain was really varied, and it gave me the best chance to examine just how well the E50s could cope. Ploughing through ruts felt safe and straightforward, and when it came to cornering I had no worries either. Getting over the Welsh shale looked pretty daunting, but the Bridgestone E50s just coped with it superbly. In fact, the grip they offered was nothing short of amazing. Grip out on the open trails was good too, whether it was for me or him. It takes good tyres to make it through daunting sections like these, but I was never worried about not making it through. Traction over the rockier stuff wasn't a problem, and any issues were usually down to a ham-fisted rider, in this case, me. You can feel the difference between the old and new tyres within yards. The new E50s have a much more secure feel. Cleverer men could always use the E50s to the max and keep their pace high. Off-roading isn't easy, but that's why we like it. There's always something to test your skill and technique, and the new Bridgestones help you meet those challenges. They just make off-road life more predictable, whatever you're riding over. I can't tell you how well they'll stack up against the opposition, and I can't tell you how long they'll last, but I do know they made me feel like a better rider. Whenever life got a bit too tough for me, the Bridgestones were always there to assist.
So, the big question is the new tyre better than the old tyre? Well, I can categorically say that it is. I'll discuss that in detail more. And it's so obvious that that's the case because of Bridgestone's clever tactic of fitting some bikes with the old tyre, some with the new, allowing us to jump from one to the other and just feel altogether more competent and confident on the new tyre. Now, Bridgestone's Gary Hartson is going to talk to me a bit more about it now. And why is it, Gary, that the new tyre is so good and so much better?
Well, the gritty that you've been back-to-backing it against is quite an old tyre. It's quite old technology. We've been out of the game for quite a long time, probably 10 years for the Euro and for motocross for that matter.
How old is the gritty?
The gritty is at least 10 years old.
Oof. Lifetime in
it's
bike
more
tyres?
than a life. I mean, 3 years is a lifetime.
Right.
Or a life cycle for most tyres from most manufacturers. So for us to not produce anything in that period of time has left us trailing the opposition.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this is a big attempt to catch up, is it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we have to have a full product portfolio. You know, we can't just sell sports bike tyres or classic bike tyres. You know, we have to sell everything. Our dealers, they need to be a one-stop shop. So we need a full product portfolio. So, but not do we just need to produce the product? We need to produce good products.
All right, I think it's better. And listen, you know, when you're making this claim this morning about it being better and it being it being immediately noticeable, this superiority, I thought, here we go, blah blah. But I reckon I did about 50 yards down the same section of trail and went, hang on a minute, I'm not getting the movement,
No.
or the slides that I was on the old tyre. I mean, so what's the difference? What have you done? What's the techie bit of it?
Well, there's two sort of three main differences really. One is the castle block. So
The what?
The castle block technology.
Go
so
on, what's that?
Where
To
the
a
block,
layman.
the block sort of, when it comes up, it goes across and it goes like that, so it looks like the top of a castle.
All right, yeah.
Also in the slick part of the tyre, we've got what we call bunkers. So we've got we've got raised bits, so we've got concave bits, we've got convex bits.
All right, what's the aim then? I mean, how's it gripping better? Is it softer? Is the shape of the carcass, is the way it deforms? What's the key difference?
Well, it's all of it. The carcass of the tyre is totally different, and one of the other key things is that the soft sidewall that we've got on the new one. The old one was really stiff. It was very difficult to change. It was very difficult to get the tyre to work over rocky conditions.
Was it not deforming enough then to grip the rock
Exactly,
itself? Right, okay.
exactly that. So the new one is a much softer carcass, and it will form itself over the terrain that you're going over.
Yeah. So it's hugging it better.
Correct, yeah. Basically, yeah. It's like shoving plasticine into it, and it will sort of make an imprint onto it. And the castle blocks, so the reason for the castle blocks is when you get to, when the tyre spins, it always spins on an enduro or motocross bike. Then because you've got the raised block on top of a block, you've sort of got two bites at the cherry of getting grip. And then when the blocks have dispersed all of the mud or the slate or whatever it is.
Have they got better clearing ability
Much better clearing ability. They've got much better self-cleaning ability as well, which is key. Because if it doesn't shut the muck out and it stays in there, it's like riding on a slick. And then the concave bits on the slick part, which when the tyre has dispersed everything, it will then sit onto like this hard here. So when it's gone down into that, if it was just trying to grip onto a slick part, it's got nothing to grip onto. It's not tarmac, it's loose. So we've got the concave and we've got the convex. So we've basically got 3 extra goes at finding grip.
I hope you understood that as badly as I did. Listen to me, they're just better. They grip. They boost confidence. They are the difference between staying on the motorbike and not in some circumstances. They're not just black and round. For the privilege of riding on E50s, do you need to hand over more money?
They're about the same price. They're around £100 to £120 a pair, depending on where you buy them from. So it depends on the dealer and the relationship you've got with your dealer, etc. But they're certainly competitive with anything else that's out there, that's for sure.
And when can I grab my E50s? Are they in the shops
They're
now?
available now, in all your good Bridgestone dealers.
Not just black and round, but better than the old black and round ones, is the verdict.